Creative Fabrica is one of those sites where you can get lost in the myriad of different SVG files and images. There's literally over 1 million different graphics on Creative Fabrica. It's really amazing. But in this video, I'm actually not going to focus on that. If you have a subscription to Creative Fabrica, or if you're thinking about getting one, then you're going to want to watch this video because I'm going to cover 5 hidden gems inside of Creative Fabrica that can make your designs better. These are not readily apparent, and they're little tweaks that you can use to make your designs go to the next level and help you make sales. This will be a fun one. Let's jump in. By the way, stay tuned to the end of this video. I've got a really cool announcement, something that Creative Fabrica is launching. And if you're new to Creative Fabrica, make sure to check the link in the video description below. It'll take you to a page where you can access the trial and you can download some images for free and you can check out the value of Creative Fabrica. There's just endless different crafts and graphics. So let's jump in here and I'm going to show you tip number 1, which is arrows. So when you're searching for arrows, I've literally just typed in the word arrows and you're going to see a bunch of graphics that come back. I'm going to pick this one here, smack dab in the middle, Arrows by AW Digital Design. This looks great. There's EPS, PNG, SVG, and DXF, different arrow designs. I'm going to download this because I have the all access subscription. It's just simply included in my monthly subscription. So I'm going to click download. I've extracted out the zip file and we can see here I've got 100 different designs to use, literally 100 designs. There's just a ton available here, different file types and awesome different arrows. Okay, so here's a design that includes an arrow. It says torque here. You can imagine this on a t-shirt. It's a bit rude. You'd wear it to the nightclub and people would laugh because you're so funny. The other thing I like as well is that Creative Fabrica has got bundles. And so if you buy a bundle of the arrows, then you can simply scale up your design by either changing the font, changing the arrows. There's lots of different ways for you to use these arrows. I think a regular arrow looks okay, but having arrows that are a little bit off, a little bit unique, I think they can really make your design pop, and it can be the difference between making a sale and not making a sale. The next hidden gem that you'd probably not think about are circles. So I've typed in circles. There's about 85,000 different results that come back, and there's all sorts of different things here. What I'm looking for is literally just a circle. So I'm just going to use this one up here. I could search for more, but I'm happy with the way this one looks at the top. Marv Graphics has done a good job of providing some hand-drawn circles. So here I am back in Photoshop, and you know, circles can make a really good design, a really great design. So I'm not saying it's necessarily better because obviously people are going to pick what they want, but it's just an idea for you to have an easy alternative. So here's a design, coffee and cats, just a simple text design. What you could do instead is you could have handwritten font and then just have a circle around it. And that just really makes the design pop on a t-shirt or on a print. It looks like it's now been drawn by hand. The hand-drawn circle can be a really nice addition to an otherwise not bad design, but really takes it to the next level. Hidden gem number 3 is frames. I absolutely love using frames. I've typed frames into the search window here on Creative Fabrica, and I'm going to use the very first result that comes back, frames by Violet Bow. And we can see these are hand-drawn frames. So I'm going to download this. And we can see here on Windows Explorer, we've got 48 different frames that pop up. They're hand-drawn. This gives you a ton of options when you're creating things like coffee mugs or t-shirts. So I use frames quite a bit to make sure that my text designs have that extra pop to it. So here, for example, would be an anniversary card, or it could also be a coffee mug. It says happy anniversary. I'm going to put this in a frame, and then I'm going to put the punchline in here. And so that would be like, it looks great on a coffee mug. You can also scale up the design just by having different frames around it. And I think they would look great on a coffee mug or even an anniversary card. Hidden gem number 4 is underlines or just lines in general. So I've typed into the search window lines. I get back more than 71,000 results. And I really like this hand-drawn collection of lines. I'm going to pick this one here. I'll simply click download. Okay, so here's a great example of where you could have just a regular design. It says Cat Mom. This would look good on a sweater or a t-shirt. And it's an option some people would prefer to have with the hand-drawn text, having an underline like a magic marker underneath it. So I'm not saying it's going to completely revolutionize your design, but it can look really nice. You can also have it frame your image as well. So here's one with no text. The cat's looking at a heart sketch. And what you could do is you can have a freehand line stuck underneath, and you can make it larger or smaller depending on what you would like to do with it. In this case, I want to have them kind of sitting here, like it kind of defines the end of the t-shirt design. So you could have it like that, like he's sitting on the ground. You could also just chop the design as well. I'll just rasterize it here, right click, rasterize. I'm just going to chop the design here and just delete it. And then I'm just going to move this piece right over so it connects in. So I can shorten the design as well. So he's like sitting on a tree branch or something like that. So you can use these as lines like underscores in text, but you can also use them as actual graphics themselves. You can make them larger and make them look kind of cool. Gives you another option. And hidden gem number 5 is flames. There's a couple types of flames you can use. You can use silhouettes or you can use overlays. I'm going to click on this flames clip art overlay. I really like the way this looks because it's transparent. So I'm going to download this. Okay, so I've picked out a skull design here that I want to make. I'm going to put a black background on just so you can see it better. Normally I would save it, of course, as a PNG because that means the color of the shirt would determine the background, but I'm just going to use black for now. This looks like a fine design. There's nothing wrong with it, but check out when I add the flames. All of a sudden it adds a really new dimension now to this design. You can also move the flames in behind the skull as well. So you could have it really looking like a nice Halloween design or a goth design. The flames, especially because they're transparent, really add something, and they would look fantastic on a t-shirt or a fine art print. I really hope you found this video helpful, and as promised, Creative Fabrica is going to be launching something here called the CF Spark Artistic AI Magic app. This is going live on June 19th, so make sure to check that out in the Apple Store. Thank you, Creative Fabrica, for all that you do, and I'd love to hear your comments and questions in the comment section below. Here's another video on how you can supercharge your print-on-demand journey using the powers of Creative Fabrica.